Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to Life Gen in Havenclan, where we are following our little bean, Pumpkin Kit. So last time we were born into the world, our dad, Pigeonheart, was there to give us the love and nourishment we needed to continue living into a second moon. Even though our mother is no longer alive, our dad has taken on a new mate, Rattlegale, who is now our stepdad, and I even went ahead and set him as our adopted parent, and together they are helping raise Pumpkin Kit. Now, Pumpkin Kit is happy for her dad, but still so young she needs his affections, and his affections are split between his new mate and between his own insecurity of knowing if he can actually raise Pumpkin Kit and be a good dad. In all of his concern to do so, he continues to ask our medicine cat, but he's still so unsure. And all this insecurity he has is leaving Pumpkin Kit alone. She has detached herself in a lot of ways from the clan. She is the only kit, so she does not have many to play with. And just as it says at the top of our little screen here, Pumpkin Kit is sitting all alone. I'm hoping that maybe as she grows up, we can see her bloom and blossom into another, more social cat, but perhaps she will go the other way and she will become a loner. It is the third moon. Our little kit is still alive. It is currently still Leaf Bear, and we are going to read through all of these events, my goodness. An accidental detour leads you into the medicine cat's den. The den, with its strange scents and neatly organized nest, piques your curiosity, and you slowly make your way inside. The scent of herbs overwhelms you, and you can't help but wonder about the healer's role. So it looks like Pumpkin Kit might be taking that more loner side of her and going down the medicine cat route. You play a prank on another cat by hiding their favorite moss ball. The chase that ensues turns into an afternoon of laughter. So Pumpkin Kit is coming out of her shell a little bit, at least when it comes to this cat. There are no kits in the clan, so this must be an older cat that they're playing with. On a quiet afternoon, Pigeonheart leads you to the fresh kill pile. You observe as they skillfully select the perfect meal, teaching you about the different prey in the process. Your eyes are wide with wonder and admiration, eager to learn more about this essential skill for survival. So this is good. We're in the third moon. Pigeonheart is coming through as a father and a teacher. Now, I have completely forgotten the last time I played this. We can actually send little Pumpkin Kit on a little patrol. I use little a lot to describe Pumpkin Kit. I imagine she's a very small kitten. Lying within a paw's reach of the medicine cat's den, an herb emits a strange scent you've never smelled before. A wave of curiosity compels you to investigate. You get closer and are able to identify the herb as marigold. The medicine cat seems impressed with your observational skills. So something else that shows that Pumpkin Kit may want to go down the path of a medicine cat. So we still have Dusty Paw as an apprentice. So perhaps who she was playing with the moss ball with is Dusty Paw, who's still pretty young, even though they're of the age to go out and fight, hunt, and patrol. So as we have before in the other moons, I have sent Pigeonheart out with the medicine cat. It was one of the worst storms of the season and left Chestnut Bird in an unavoidable grumpy mood. Herbs strewn about, prey in hiding, it would take forever to find anything. Pigeonheart attempts to find a way to cheer up the healer. Pigeonheart splashes water from a puddle into Chestnut Bird's fur. Chestnut Bird fluffs up like a bottle brush, turning around to quickly send a wave of water back towards Pigeonheart. The two engage in a small water fight, and when they resume the herb patrol, Pigeonheart is glad to see Chestnut Bird looks much happier, and they were able to gather plantain. So this is good. There's a good relationship between Pigeonheart and Chestnutbird. After patrols are done and the cats are ready to bed down for the night, Pumpkin Kit is still alone. It is so sad to see that physically in the game, Pumpkin Kit has essentially pushed herself away. She's in the nursery, of course, because she's a kitten, but nobody else is with her. She's not out in the clearing trying to play. She is huddled in the nursery away from everybody else. But we have saved, and we will continue into the next moon. All right. You meet an apprentice for the first time. They're so much bigger than you, but they show you a cool trick. Batting at a leaf to keep it in the air so it doesn't hit the ground. Okay, so we're learning a little bit of training here. You tried to sneak out of camp after Pigeonheart was called on patrol. Sadly, your den mate snitched on you and you were brought back to the nursery. So this is probably the apprentice, let's see here, Dusty Streak. So Dusty Streak currently is either sick or injured. Sick. And so is probably stuck at camp and watching Pumpkin Kit getting her into trouble. But despite Dusty Streak's sickness, the clan welcomes them as a new warrior, honoring them for their observance, which we know they have because they've been watching us. I see, so Dusty Streak has a white cough right now. And Raccoon Star is actually quite ill as well. Their leg was mangled, and so it is starting to swell and feel feverish, likely an infection. Chestnutbird finds a rogue named Pod, who joins the clan. The rogue decides to take on a more clan-like name and is now called Podclover. Oh, let's check out Podclover. Podclover is a female young adult with amber eyes, a two-colored pelt, a compassionate warrior, and a good climber. But this story is about Pumpkin Kit, so let's go ahead and send her on a little patrol around the camp. A lost thrush chick is chirping helplessly near the nursery. You feel a pang of sympathy. Your small size helps you approach the chick without scaring it. You manage to lead it back to its nest in the nearby bushes. The chick's mother chirps gratefully. Aww! I feel like we really are a healer at heart. That little Pumpkin Kit just wants to be a healer and a saver. That is so sweet, Pumpkin Kit. And now it is time to skip to the next moon. We are now in New Leaf, which I'm sure everyone is relieved to be out of Leaf Bear. We are also 5 moons old, meaning that the next moon we will be an apprentice. An accidental detour leads you into the medicine den. So we've read this before. We somehow find ourselves back in the medicine den. It looks like Pumpkin Kit is still very interested in being a medcat. You attempt to learn the warrior code. You mix up a few of the codes, but it's a valiant effort and the elders applaud your initiative. As your 6th moon approaches, Pigeonheart tells you about the approaching ceremony where you'll be assigned a mentor and begin your warrior training. Their shared excitement mirrors your own, their comforting words easing any nerves. Their pride in you is palpable, their love evident, making the anticipation of your coming journey even more thrilling. So Pigeonheart, our dad, really believes in us, and he is so proud of us. That is really beautiful. Whoever does the writing for LifeGen does a wonderful job. With grace and patience, Trimblewhisker has settled into their duties, nurturing the future of the clan. Daisy Path almost steps on a pristine white bird skull that they manage to miss seeing. They take it with curious eyes and wear it proudly. Rattlegale went for a long walk this morning, deep in thought. Oh, Rattlegale, what are you thinking about? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Trimblewhisker. Ah, I see. So Trimblewhisker finished their essential mentoring of learning how to be a queen. So he is going to be ready anytime there are new kits in the den to be a good caretaker, to watch over them, to guide them, which is very neat to have a male take on this role. And now it is our last little patrol around the camp before we become an apprentice. During a breezy afternoon, a cluster of leaves caught in a spider's web catches your eye. You notice the intricate patterns and consider trying to recreate it with sticks and moss. You try, but the materials refuse to cooperate. Your attempts result in a tangled mess of sticks and moss. Nonetheless, you learn something about patience and precision. It is finally time to move on to the 6th moon. We have survived this long, but we are starting to get into the harder part. Being an apprentice, I have had cats perish many times as an apprentice because we're going out on patrols with little experience. So I'm crossing my fingers that Pumpkin Kit lasts beyond apprenticehood. But before I do that, let's go ahead and get into the speed paint of Pumpkin Kit as a kitten. I hope you enjoyed that, but now we must go to the next moon. All right, we can choose to become a medicine cat apprentice, we can choose to become a warrior apprentice, or we can choose to become a mediator apprentice, or a queen's apprentice even, or we can even choose at random. I feel as though with so many hints at Pumpkin Kit finding their way in the medicine den, smelling the herbs, being able to know what herbs are, and having us congratulated by the medicine cat Chestnut Bird, and Chestnut Bird having such a good relationship with Pigeonheart, her dad, I think that Pumpkin Kit would be very interested in being a medicine cat apprentice. And here we are! An apprentice. It's your special day in Havenclan. The clan has gathered, their whispers barely audible as they eagerly wait. Raccoon Star's voice echoes as they announce your name, Pumpkin Paw, which is so cute, followed by your future role as a medicine cat apprentice. Walking towards Chestnut Bird, your mentor, you feel an immense sense of purpose. Their nose touches your forehead, signaling your acceptance. Cheers erupt as you embark on your journey to become a medicine cat. And because of this, we get to visit the other medicine cats, now Pumpkin Paw. And we get to do our first patrol as a medicine cat apprentice with Chestnut Bird at our side. I think we will also add Pigeonheart just so that he can be there on her first patrol and be supportive. As New Leaf brings green to Havenclan's lands, Chestnut Bird goes out in a search for Tansy. There shouldn't be any problem collecting it with other cats. These warriors are all strong and healthy. Try as they might, Chestnut Bird can't quite remember the exact shape of the tansy leaves, and they aren't going to harvest from plants they haven't confidently identified. Better safe than sorry, as they say. So this is where Pumpkin Paw learns, if you are unsure, don't go grabbing leaves that you don't know, otherwise you could hurt your clanmates. While a few of our other clanmates were out on a border patrol, they come across a kitty pet, and now we have Claudette, who has joined the clan, so we'll have to check them out and acquaintance ourselves with them. So this is Claudette, an adult male with hazel eyes, a classic tabby pelt, with a long fur, a black bow collar. He's a warrior now, quite ambitious, a good storyteller, and a great singer. I see. So he's a bard. Got it. He does look like a bard. It does seem like he has suffered an injury to his tail, possibly when he left his other home. And now we are on the 7th moon. We are 1 moon into our apprenticeship. You're led by StarClan in a dream to a hidden patch of horsetail, a plant your clan was running low on. Chestnut Bird praises your intuition and connection with the ancestors. One morning, Chestnut Bird patiently demonstrates how to treat a nasty bout of green cough. You carefully watch, storing each step and instruction in your mind. You find an unusual herb on a foraging trip. After careful research, you identify it as feverfew, a useful herb not previously found in your clan's territory. So already we are showing to be a very promising apprentice. Rattlegale has a wonderful idea for decorating Raccoon Star's nest. Raccoon Star wakes up in the middle of the night with Bamboo brushing their face. Despite the slight spook it gave Raccoon Star, they mew to Rattlegale in the morning, a thank you for the cool surprise. So Rattlegale wanted to surprise Raccoon Star. And then Burrow Dash went for a long walk this morning deep in thought. So now Raccoon Star just has Bamboo. That is so amazing. We are on the next patrol with Chestnut Bird, but Pigeon Heart did not come with us this time, wanting to give us space and to learn from our mentor. As the Medicine Cat's patrol pads out into Havenclan territory, Pumpkin Paw tells Chestnut Bird about the dream they had last night and what the Star Clan vision could mean for Havenclan. They have an in-depth conversation about Pumpkin Paw's vision as they walk. By the time they head back to camp, they have a good idea of what they should do with the information. So it looks like we are very connected to Star Clan. We also got Goldenrod and Raspberry. Now that all the patrols have returned back to camp and the moon comes to a close, Pumpkin Kit is finding herself far more comfortable in her place as a Medicine Cat apprentice. In some ways, she's even coming out of her shell, now doing something she truly loves that gives her purpose. And she's starting to believe that her discomfort and being social was just the fact that, in some ways, she does need to have distance from her family. They are her family. It is her duty now to protect them, to heal them, to treat them as her children, but also not to get too close. And so, she is content. We will continue her story in the next episode and move on to the 8th moon, and we will be drawing her as a young apprentice in the next episode as well. I hope y'all liked this episode. If you did, tickle and poke that like button, subscribe to join our family if you haven't already, and jingle the bell to get notified of when I post more Clan Gen, Life Gen, or Wolf Quest videos, or stream, because I do that too. I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next week for more of Life Gen with Pumpkin Kit. Pumpkin Paw. Bye!